It brings all the people that are involved in the decision making to be on the same page, and that same page is your page.
Hello, I've got John Bedwany with me again. Welcome back, John.
Hi, John.
Hey, I'm loving this series of interviews, and we're up to marketing challenge number 3 in the B2B environment that you portray. And that challenge is all about getting digital marketing to build trusted relationships and to build pipeline. I know you've got some issues and concerns. Digital has value, doesn't it?
There's absolutely no doubt digital has a lot of value in the industry. My point of view is simply this, though. When you look at the enterprise space and you understand how they absorb content and education, there are 3 areas or three job functions, if you like, that we need to work with. One is the decision makers,
Right.
2 are the influencers,
Yeah.
and 3 are the recommenders or
Right.
the researchers. So what happens with digital in that space is the influencers and researchers, recommenders, they're the ones that are absorbing digital. Now, through all the various engines, they hit a certain lead score, and then it pops up and says, we think that person may be, or that company may be interested in this. And then we call them back. And what we find, and we're doing over 70,000 consulting calls a year in this model, what we find is most of them say, no, we're not in the marketplace, we don't make the decisions, and why are you calling me? They feel intruded, if you like.
You're calling the CEO.
No, so we're calling the people that are actually absorbing the information.
Oh, okay.
Because that's what they've asked us to do.
So why are they saying that?
Well, because they're not the ones that make the decisions. And they're now starting to see that we're actually tracking their behaviour via the digital. Now, the solution is simply this. We need to be calling the C-levels regularly anyway, because we have to build a one-on-one relationship with these people through the methodologies.
And the 5 steps of building
Absolutely.
trust. Yeah.
While that's happening, their people, their influencers and their researchers are absorbing digital. So when it pops up and says, we think they may be ready, don't call them.
Call the CEO.
Call the CEO.
Okay, I understand now.
And guess what the CEO is going to do? Or the CFO or the CMO. He will talk to his influencers and researchers within his company who they trust and say, Belinda, what do you think about ABC company and their solution? And because she's been educated on it, she'll say yes, because it increases the propensity to build relationships, propensity to build the pipeline.
Okay, so back to the old prospecting thing. Again, you're looking at a strategic approach where digital has a role and the phone has a role, and the whole thing strategically you're building a relationship with the organisation, which includes the CEO and those that do absorb digital, which you're saying is typically not the CEO or the CFO or
Correct,
whatever.
correct.
So he or she, the CEO, will be in a position, once you do build that relationship, build that contact, now to leverage the knowledge of their recommenders and influencers who are going to, because you've been building a relationship with them as well through digital and so on, to have the triangulation come together.
It brings all the people that are involved in the decision making to be on the same page, and that same page is your page.
Okay, it seems to make a lot of sense to me, and yes, I've seen some organisations trying to do this, but where do most fail in trying to do that?
They fail because they're speaking to the wrong people. It's important to educate the influencers and researchers, but when they hit a lead score, don't call them.
Okay.
Call the decision makers.
The strategic word you use there is educate. So you're talking about going out and educating all the influencers, recommenders, and the CEO, CFO in different forms and different ways. It's a strategic approach to educate and get them to the stage where they know and trust you, and when they have a need, everything comes together.
And every route to market has its play. Digital for the influencers and researchers, teleconsulting for the talking to the decision makers, and then sales and pre-sales when they invite you in. Augment to 3, you've got a natural process to offer all the education an organisation needs to give it the solution it needs based on its business problems or opportunities.
And you said a natural process. It's all a strategic approach to following a process to move the whole process forward, the level of trust and understanding, relationship.
Absolutely, John.
I like it. I like the concept. I really need to know more about how you make it happen, but let's cover some of that in future interviews.
I'll show you how we measure it. Thanks, John.
Thank you very much, John.